All right, today we're going to deconstruct the marketing for a vision supplement called Vision 20. We're going to use its own webpage as our roadmap to see exactly how it builds its case from that first emotional hook all the way to the final sale. You know that fear, right? That feeling when you're struggling with the small print or maybe feeling a little less confident driving at night. This is the exact concern, the exact anxiety that this kind of marketing is designed to tap into right away. And boom, right on cue, the web page offers up a solution. It speaks directly to that fear we just mentioned with a powerful message of hope, positioning Vision 20 as the answer. So let's dive in, shall we? We're going to follow their sales pitch from start to finish. We'll look at the big promises, the science they use to back it all up, the ingredients, the stories from real customers, the offer itself, and of course, that all-important fine print. First things first, the promise of clear vision. You know, every good sales pitch has to start right here by painting a picture of exactly what you, the customer, stand to gain. Now, check out the strategy here. It's actually pretty clever. The claims start with really practical problems, reading things up close, driving at night. But then they pivot to something way more powerful, the emotional stuff, restoring your confidence, your self-respect. See, they're not just selling clearer vision, they're selling a feeling. Okay, so you can't just make bold promises without something to back them up. So the webpage moves on to the science. This is the part where they try to build some serious credibility. And the cornerstone of their whole scientific argument is this, a massive Harvard study. Just by dropping a name like Harvard and throwing out these huge numbers, 26 years, over 100,000 people, the webpage is using a classic marketing technique. It's called authority bias, and it's designed to make everything that follows feel way more legitimate. And here is the really brilliant part. They take that massive, complex, 26-year study and boil it all down to one single number, 40%. It's so simple, it's powerful, and it's designed to stick right in your memory. So what's behind that 40% number? Well, according to the site, it's all about these things called carotenoids. The nutrients you find in vegetables like carrots. This is presented as the core scientific reason why the product is supposed to work. But they don't just stop there. They add their own unique twist to the story, zinc. The claim is that zinc acts as a kind of activator, a booster rocket for the carotenoids. This is their unique selling point, the thing that suggests their formula is way better than, just eating your carrots. And that brings us to the formula itself. So let's take a look at the 10 natural ingredients that the webpage says are inside these capsules. You'll notice they create a very clear hierarchy. They start with the 2 star players, lutein and zeaxanthin, and they give each one a very specific job to do. Then they present zinc as that essential activator that makes the whole team work even better together. After that main trio, the site rolls out 7 more ingredients. And for each one, from beta-carotene all the way down to bilberry extract, they talk about research that backs it up. The effect is to create this feeling of an overwhelming, super comprehensive formula where every single component has a purpose. Okay, so we've had the science and we've had the formula. The pitch now shifts to a really powerful psychological tool, social proof. This is where they let other customers convince you that the product really, truly works. So take this testimonial from Frank, a 72-year-old trap shooter. It's absolutely brilliant because it is so specific. He's linking the supplement directly to a measurable improvement in his hobby. It's not some vague claim, it's a concrete result that just feels incredibly authentic. And then you have Maria's story. This one targets a completely different but very common fear, driving at night. And her description of the spider reflection is so vivid, isn't it? It makes the benefit feel really tangible, and it directly addresses a major safety concern for a lot of people. So now that the problem, the solution, the science, and the social proof are all established, the webpage finally moves in for the sale. Let's take a look at the offer. This is a classic tiered pricing strategy. The whole structure is designed to make you buy more. By showing you that the per bottle price drops all the way down to $33 if you buy 6, and then throwing in free shipping, they make the biggest package look like the smartest financial decision you could possibly make. And just to sweeten the deal, they add bonuses. These free ebooks, they just increase the perceived value of the bigger packages, giving you one more reason to go ahead and commit to that larger supply. Now, this might be the most important part of the entire sales pitch, risk reversal. A 180-day, no questions asked guarantee is incredibly powerful. It's designed to remove all of your financial hesitation. I mean, what have you got to lose, right? Finally, after all that persuasive marketing, we get to the fine print. And this is where we find some of the most crucial context of all. So in the FAQ, the webpage reinforces safety, mentioning purity testing in an FDA-audited facility. But notice how it also very carefully manages expectations. It says the benefits might only be seen by some people, and that, quote, individual results will vary. And right at the very bottom of the page, we find the most important sentence of all. This is the legally required disclaimer for supplements in the U.S. It states that none of the claims we've just been looking at about supporting vision or stopping decline have actually been evaluated or approved by the FDA. This one sentence puts everything we've just seen into a whole new context. So, as we've seen, the marketing for Vision 20 is really a masterclass in persuasion. It's a whole journey that starts with an emotional hook, builds authority with scientific-sounding references, validates everything with personal stories, and then closes the deal with a risk-free offer. And this brings us back to our big question. How do all these elements, the science and the emotion, work together to turn a curious visitor into a paying customer?